Hello, I'm Rabbi Elton and welcome to From the Rabbi's Bookshelves. Now, it's sometimes said that there are two types of Jewish community, Ashkenazi and Sefardi. Ashkenazim from northern Central Europe and Sefardim from the rest of the world. But in fact, that's not true. Sefarad is Spain, so Sefardim really are the Jews who come from Spain and Portugal who were expelled in 1492 and went to different parts of the world. But there are many other different Jewish groups. There are Iraqis and Persians and Adot HaMizrach, the Eastern communities, and there's also the Italian Jews. The Italian Jews are neither Ashkenazim nor Sephardim because they have very ancient origins. When I went to Rome a few years ago, I was in the Great Synagogue on Shabbat morning, and I was invited to come and sit towards the front, and I sat next to a relative of one of the previous chief rabbis of Rome. And I said to him, "When did your family come to Rome?" And he told me our family was brought here by Titus after the year 70 when we were taken as slaves from the land of Israel and brought to Rome to build the Colosseum and other projects. The community of Rome is exceptionally ancient and in fact even predates the destruction of the temple in the year 70 by the Romans, but certainly it gained a lot more in terms of population from that time onwards. The Jews of Rome have therefore kept their very ancient liturgy for this entire period, and that is what is still used in the Great Synagogue of Rome today. Now, the Great Synagogue of Rome was built in 1905, and that was the first time the Jews of Rome could really create a gigantic structure to fully serve their congregation. Until then, they had to make do with one building which had 5 different synagogues within it, both for Italian Jews and Sephardi Jews who came there after the expulsion of 1492 and the persecutions that followed. Now, if you look at the Siddùr of Rome, people often find it very difficult to follow because it's so different from anything we're used to if you've not been to that synagogue before. When I went to Rome, I bought a copy of the Siddùr to bring back as a memento, and when I was in the synagogue, I had to have both my Siddùr and their Siddùr alongside each other to make sure I kept up with the correct place. Now, there are all sorts of liturgical differences between the Siddurim we're used to and the ones that they use in Rome. I'll give you just one example. In the Kaddish, which is said by mourners, but is also said at many points during the service to break it up into its constituent parts, there is a line in almost all Siddurim which goes, La'ela min kol berchata v'shirata. It talks about God being above and beyond all sorts of blessing and of song or praise. Now, in the Ashkenazi tradition, when it comes to the high holidays, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and for the 10 days in between, we don't say La'ela, above and beyond, we say La'ela, La'ela, very much above and beyond. Well, that is the text of the Italian Jews for every single Kaddish of the year. La'ela, La'ela, mikol berchata shirata. Now, what does that tell us about this phrase La'ela, La'ela? Well, it's been suggested that perhaps the Ashkenazi Jews always had the text La'ela, La'ela, just like the Italians. But because that wasn't the dominant text of the Jewish community when the Ashkenazim were still a minority in the Jewish world, they amended it to fit in with the Sephardi Jews of their time. But the Italian Jews who were more cut off from the rest of the Jewish community and also were more zealous in maintaining their own traditions, they kept La'ela, La'ela. Why therefore do Ashkenazim say La'ela, La'ela when it comes to the holidays? Because for one period of the year, which is the most significant and important to us, we return to our original text. And that clue is given to us by the continuing text, La'ela, La'ela, which you can find in the Siddùr of the Roman Jews. Thanks for joining.